Hello. Today is, I should have been doing this before, April 1st. Happy Fool's Day. Happy Fool's Day. April Fool's Day. Happy Fool's Day. April Fool's Day. Happy April Fool's. Erica, what are you doing on here? Welcome. Let's see if my hair looks okay just down. Oh. You're off today. How exciting. That's nice. Is that a good thing? I like having days off. Tuesdays. Oh, Tuesdays are your day off. Okay. Oh my gosh, today is Tuesday. That's so weird. Oh, come on, no. How can we make it better? Wednesdays are my day off. I like Wednesdays off. It's nice, actually. It's nice to have. Just like a day, one day where I'm just like, I don't have my kids and, well, except for my baby. What's your Wednesday plan? My Wednesday plan? It's mostly just to catch up on stuff and just exist. That's what I like to do. I assumed something and then lost my best friend, so I'm not moving now. No. I'm sorry. That's the worst. Hi, Brian. How are you? You guys, it's April. It's April. Where has the time gone? It's crazy. Oh. I still have to do my taxes. I have to write a post-it note here. Taxes. It's been an emotional cycle with her though, so it was, dang it. I'm sorry to hear that. Hi. I think it's so funny when people call me kiddo. That's so interesting. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Okay, so I'm gonna be on here for like an hour, hour and a half, depending on what I can do. Oh, I forgot to eat lunch. If you'd like to enter to win, just click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway, and then we'll get started. I've called you kiddos for 4 years. I know. I'm just like over 30 years old now, so I'm like, I know it's fine. It's totally fine. You can call me whatever you want as long as it's appropriate. Then I'm down for that. Hi. How was your nap? You want to get me a coffee or something?
Yeah.
Is that not okay?
It's okay.
Okay, thanks. Pardon me, ma'am. No, that's worse. Oh, just ignore what I said. Just ignore what I said. I am... It just like... it just like hit different, you know? Is your oldest child, is that your, no, oh, my oldest child, Bo, yes. My lady. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. We were watching Game of Thrones. I probably only can watch that once ever. Just because it was so violent. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyways. And how, like, all of the different titles and, like, my lady and, like, what things mean. And it's just, like, crazy. It's crazy how a title can, like, mean something. So, anyways. I can't get on the link. So you just click on my name. It'll pull up, like, a profile right here. And then click on my name again. It'll pull up my entire profile. You should still be able to hear me. And then click on the link in my bio. And then click on the button that says Live TikTok Session Giveaway. Live TikTok Session Giveaway. Dun, dun. Happy birthday. What? Belated birthday? Oh no. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday. Wait, what was that? What was that? It has been so cold outside for the last like day and a half, and I'm just like, I'm ready for spring. Wait, what was the zip? I don't understand what that is. Like secrets? This is just hot water, by the way. Freezing here in Maine today. It's so windy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I keep saying I'll message you. Listen, when you're ready, I can't force you. I can't force you. Like, you have to choose. You have to choose. It's not me. I'm not the one that's suffering. Because listen, trust me when I say this. I've tried to force healing and it doesn't work. I'm ready as a thing. I'm just scared right now. What are you scared of? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid that I'm going to tell you something that you're like, because you know, it's not gonna go anywhere if you're okay, but you're not gonna be reliving anything. It's just you identify it and release it. How bad do you want to heal? I know. But if you really knew, you would already schedule. Come on, just do it. Just go do it right now. I have a better idea for you. Okay, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Just do an email session. Just do an email session. That way you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to look at it. You still get the benefits of releasing everything. And bada bing, bada boom, problem solved. You never have to go look at it until you're actually ready to look at it. But you still get the healing. That's actually one of the biggest reasons why I do email sessions, is because I have a good chunk of people who are like, I don't want to listen to this because I'm pretty sure it's going to trigger me. And they don't even, I'm pretty sure some of them don't even look at the emails. So I have many sessions. I know it won't. Listen, I've had a session and wow, yes. Listen, I'm here for it. I just realized that you changed your name again. Injury report. Why is that so funny? Okay, if you'd like to enter to win, just click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway, and then we'll get started. Injury report. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that's funny. That should be a name for me. Be right back. Do it. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, he's getting injured. Did you know that's actually a belief? If you really believe that you are, like, all you're doing is just getting injured, then that's all that's going to happen. Kimberly Evans. Kimberly Evans. Have we done a session for you before? I've done like 4 or 5 different Kimberlys here in the last like 6 months. I don't remember, actually. Here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I was recently diagnosed with ED syndrome. Hypermobility. Interesting. I've never gotten one. How do I get one? Click on the link in my bio and then click on the link, then click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway. Live TikTok session giveaway. All right, so Kimberly, connective tissues. What is ED? ED syndrome, hypermobility. What is that? A genetic connective tissue disorder characterized by generalized joint hypermobility and joint instability leading to pain, dislocations, and other complications. Wait a second. I think I know somebody that has this. I'll have to book next week. I can't swing. No, that's okay. That's okay. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. So it's basically like joint hypermobility. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think, so I knew somebody in high school that was super double jointed. Like so double jointed that when she, because we were in like cheer and gymnastics together, she had to be super, super careful about how she like tumbled because it was bad. I've been through 16 surgeries through. What? I'm so sorry to hear that. Dang. Okay, Kim, what are we working on with you? Da-da-da. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that? So if we were to do like headache, back pain, lower back pain, anxiety, depression, anything you want. Depression. This is 6. Do you go by Kim or Kimberly? Oops. Kimberly. Wow. Type correctly. Come on, you can do it. Depression is a 6. Kimberly. Okay, perfect. So, Kimberly, let's have a quick moment of silence and then we'll get to it. I just got a text from my husband. I love it. Sorry, I asked him a question like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, and he was taking a nap. So anyways, okay. Kimberly, can I act as proxy for you? Yes, let's ask, what is the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this, it's causing this depression? Can I be even out of 1, 3, 5? Terror. When did this push 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? Do we need to know more? No. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7. We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. This depression, maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? Okay, what's the biggest emotion that we can release that has to do with this depression? Can I even out of 1, 3, 5? Horror. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7? Can I even out of 1, 3, 5? Horror. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? Let's go ahead and release that. Horror. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? Let's go ahead and release that. What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this occur? Age 10, 10, 9, 8, age 8. We need to know more. Where's it? No! Though I thought. Where's it? No! Though I thought it was just me. Where's it? No! Though I thought it was just me. No. It's not getting any internet. She said so far. Cute. The nice. It's glitching bad. Is it working now? Is it working now? See here at the top, it says that it's red. So I don't know. At the top, it says that it's red. So I don't even know if it's like connecting. It's red. So I don't even know if it's like connecting. Must be internet. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm just gonna have to go on. Hello from Texas. I'm just gonna have to use my cell data for the next like 30 minutes. It just means we won't have as long of a live. Good now. Okay. Dang it. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 3. Self-abuse. When did this 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, age 5? Do we need to know more? Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this push 10 to 9, 8, 7, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. I'll go over the emotions that pulled up from before, but what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2. Lack of control. When did this push 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, age 17? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Hi. Whew. Okay, what's the biggest emotion that we can release that has to do with this depression? You may even do 4. Guilt. When did this occur? Pitch 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, age 7. We need to know. Thank you. Let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this push 10 to 9, age 9? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this depression? Okay, so let's really go over the emotions that we pulled up today. So the first one was terror at age 7, unworthy at age 7, shock at age 7, horror at age 7, worthless at age 8, self-abuse, which is like being really hard on yourself, at age 5, worthless at age 7, lack of control at age 17, guilt at 7, and then unworthy at 9. So age 7 was a hard age. That makes sense. That makes sense. So let's ask, do you have any other emotions? Okay, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Go ahead and take a really big deep breath. Ooh. That was a good one. Okay. One more really big deep breath. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that depression? Sometimes it's like give or take for depression, or like sometimes some people feel it like immediately. Ooh, it's so much lighter. Yay! So on a scale, how do you rate the number? 10 being the worst and 0 being none at all. Kaylin Lowry's podcast. Who's that? I'm gonna have to look her up. Kaylin Lowry podcast. She is from Teen Mom. Ooh. Kaylin. How exciting. I would love to be on her broadcast. I just don't know if, I just don't know like how to even do that. So Kendra. Teen Mom. Interesting. I would freaking love that. That'd be awesome. Oops. She has 3 podcasts. Hold the phone. And Teen Mom too. I'll look into that. I get nervous reaching out to people because thank you.
I made it.
You made it for me? Thank you. You're so nice.
Me and Dad made it for you.
Thank you.
How many fuzzies is that in bringing the packages?
3 fuzzies.
For bringing the packages?
And this.
That's 3 fuzzies?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What fuzzies?
Close the door. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's see. Listen, I will look into it. Kaylin Lowry. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm more like a TikTok person, but I'm here for it. I will look into it. So, yay! Wait, she has 7 kids. She was going... Oh, he was negotiating? Yeah. Barely Famous is one of her podcasts. How often do you choose readings? The youngest are twins? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Let's do the next one right now, actually. So, thank you, Kimberly, for being on here. I really appreciate it. Do you have any questions about the session today? She's on TikTok. Okay, I'll. You know what? Would you guys mind sending me her profile or her podcast or whatever through messages, either on here on TikTok or on Instagram? I have my DMs open, so let's see. All right, let's pick a new person. Dun, dun, dun. Oops. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, pick a new person. Yay! Kirsten Brown. I'm pretty sure it's KB. Are you KB on here? Let's see. Yay! Perfect. All right, so what did you want to work on today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anxiety, depression. Okay, can you pick one? Because I know that sometimes they can feel like the same thing, but could you pick one or the other? Because I know that they're kind of different. So, Kristen, we almost have the same name. 36. Mm-hmm. Anxiety. Okay, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that? 10 being like the most severe, like pretty much a panic attack, and then 0 being like none at all. By the way, I just posted my latest what do you call that? My latest episode of the Toxic Relationship series. I'm curious if anybody's seen it. Right now, it's not bad. Maybe let's go depression. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that? I would definitely recommend picking one that's like your biggest issue. And I'll say it's about a 6. Okay. Not yet, but I will watch it today. It's so good. It's so good. It's just getting so good. Like, it's one of my favorite episodes. All right, so let's get to it. We'll have a quick moment of silence. All right, can I act as proxy for you? Yes, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this return to 987H7? Let's go ahead and release that. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. What is the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe not a 1, 3, 5. Dread. When did this occur? 10 to 9, 8, age 8. Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this 10 to 9, 8, 7, age 7? Do we need to know more? Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. She owns a podcasting company named Killer. Ooh, that is good to know. I'll write that down. I'm kind of curious actually what makes you guys say I should go on her podcast. Like if you could pick like 1 or 2 reasons, I'm curious. Age 7 is a very popular age. I personally believe it's like a developmental thing. So like when you, like your brain is developing at a specific time, it's almost like you start understanding emotions different. So she's all about therapy. Okay, perfect. All right, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, age 17? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Ooh. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Right, even 2, 4. Guilt. When did this 10, 20, age 20? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, age 6? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? 1, 3, 5. Creative insecurity. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? 1, 3. Confusion. When did this occur? 10 to 9, 8, 7, age 7? Let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? 1, 3, 5. Conflict. When did this 10? Age 10. We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Ooh. What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shame. When did this 10 to 9, 8, age 8? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2. Hopelessness. When did this 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, age 24? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2. Failure. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Ooh. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. Do we need, when did this 10, 20, 20, 19, 18, age 18? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. You have definitely been through a lot. And it's not just age 7. There's like, sorry, hold on. Got a little something. It's not just age 7, it's everywhere. Like age 20, age 24, age 18, age 17, it's everywhere. It's not over and dang it. Let's go ahead and release that. Shock at age 18. Okay, do you have another? So go ahead and take some really big deep breaths. Stand up, walk around, take 10 steps. Move your shoulders around, move your neck around. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Take some really big deep breaths. Ooh. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that depression? 1 being the lowest and then 10 being the most severe. We started at about a 6. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up next. I'm being honest, but could feel a release in my body. Good, good. So that's the only thing. So did we even get a number from her? I didn't even ask. That is a first. Oh, probably a 4. I think she said, yeah. Yeah, no, that's okay. So let's trying to think, because sometimes when it comes to releasing depression is like super, what do you want to call that? Depression is very, not necessarily controversial, but it's very, there's like so many different ways to describe depression. So to me, depression can mean feeling very sad, and then to somebody, complex. Thank you. Complex is the exact words I was looking for. To one person, it can feel like, holy crap, I feel super heavy. I can't do anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't feel like doing anything, like no motivation. And then to somebody else, depression can just feel sad. So sad, tired, just again, kind of that lack of motivation, but more along the lines of like the sadness. How can I help you, bud?
I want to watch something. I have nothing to watch.
Okay, how about you go downstairs and watch the TV?
Lucas is watching.
How about you go tell Dad? Because he's in charge right now. Okay, thank you. Oh, close the door. Thank you. So, yes, I suffer from chronic pain and it's miserable. So that's another side to it. There are some people who physically feel like physical effects, and then there's other people who are just like, it's all in their head, you know? And so, yeah, let's actually ask, what is the biggest trapped emotion we can release now? that's causing this resistance to healing to depression? Maybe even at a 135. Conflict. Yeah, it is related. Most of the time it's related. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release on that's causing this resistance to healing from depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this resistance to healing with depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this occur? H10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7. Do we need to know more? That's okay. You don't have to remember it. Just so you know. If you are wanting to kind of like just dabble into the idea of like what happened at age 7, one thing I would recommend is meditation. Meditation is going to help you kind of like relax your mind, relax your heart, and just relax your body. And, you know, if it comes up, awesome. And if not, don't feel like you have to know. Yeah, usually we've blocked it, which is okay. So let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Can I help you? Okay. I know I meditate, but never done it. It's a lot of paper. Get out of here. I know I meditate, but never dove into it for that specific reason. I'll try. So that's the thing. Don't feel like you have to, though. Don't feel like you have to dive into it because... Oh, there's a fluff in here. Don't feel like you have to dive into it because if your body is like, don't remember this. Do not remember this. And it's like so bad to the point that you can't like conceptualize it, I would not force it. Don't force it. Just go throughout your life. You know, and if you happen to like stumble across it in your mind, that's probably the best. So, unless you're like, I'm ready, let's do some deep healing. Let's pound it out. Other than that, I would just go at it nonchalantly. So, how exciting. Okay, I'm gonna try and get back on Wi-Fi and see if it does anything. I hope Wi-Fi and see if it does anything. I hope I read your lips. I love that. I love that so much. Now we can hear. Oh my gosh. I read your lips. I can only imagine. Like, you know, it's so funny when people are like tone, like there's so much to like tone. You know, just saying, I read your lips. I'm just saying, no. I'm just saying, like, sometimes adding accents to it. It's like the first comment I saw. I was like, I read your lips. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of you. It's just like there was an accent that came with it when I read it. So I was like, shoot. I don't know why that's so funny, but it was. Okay. Curl dead. Oh, okay. So I'm just waiting for my internet on my computer to pop back up so we can do this. Let's do this. I totally get it. I'm laughing so hard. Me too. Samantha Truax. I think that's how you pronounce your name. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Hi, welcome. Let me just grab Sammy. Do you go by Samantha or Sammy? Do you have a preference? Makes me think of my son. He'll put his fingers up and go croissant. Exactly. Like if you see croissant, you can't just say croissant. You have to say croissant. No preference. Okay. We'll just go with Sammy then, if that's okay. 34. What are we working on? That's actually okay. So my daughter and I have this thing where we instead of saying no, we say nor. Like it's just a thing now. So nor. Oh nor. Does this help with bad habits like biting and picking nails? It can. Yeah, the only thing is I do need it to be kind of measurable, like within the next 30 minutes or so. Does that make sense? So like something that you can feel like it would be doing something rather than like something that we have to wait for. Does that make sense? So like, why do you have this bad habit of biting and picking your nails? Is it because you're anxious or you're nervous? Like what's the reason behind that? Because we can do that. Okay. I'm going to go one more time. If this works, I'll be able to stay here. Not sure. I get my nails done and I still pick at them and try to bite them. Procrastination. That's a good one. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the procrastination? You know what? Let's actually take a step back. Do you have any physical pain, so anxiety, or sorry, any physical pain like headaches, back pain, lower back pain, pinky pain, gut issues? Do you have any anxiety or depression? You feel anxious, you feel nervous, you feel kind of sad, depressed? Do you feel any specific emotions like grief or anger, sadness, abandonment? Any of those? Not currently, but I get headaches. Yes, depression. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the depression in this moment now then? And depression. A 5. And then how do you rate the procrastination? Just out of curiosity. Hi, Kendra. A 7. Okay, let's do the procrastination then. let's just roll with it. We'll have a quick moment of silence and we'll get to it. All right, can I use this proxy for you? Yes. What is the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Conflict. When did this pretend to 9, 8, 7, H7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Can you guys still hear me okay? Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. Perfect. Yes. Thank you. When did this 10, 20, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, H24? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this pretend to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, H4? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. By the way, thank you so much for the likes. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this pretend to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, H4? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this pretend to 9, 8, H8? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this occur? Before the age of 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, age 24. So we need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this 10, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, age 17? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. I hate doing this puzzle thing it makes you do. Anyways, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Okay, so this next one is guilt. So this one actually comes with like an image or like a download, I guess you could call it. It's kind of like that feeling of feeling guilty for existing or doing what you're supposed to be doing. Does that make sense? So for example, you know, you're doing things and then all of a sudden somebody comes up to you and they're like, you doing this is freaking stupid. Why are you doing this? Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. And it's like, whoa. What are you talking about? I'm just here. I'm just existing. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? So when did this occur? Age 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, age 17. We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Whew. Okay, what's the biggest? All right, Sammy, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Take a really big deep breath. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the procrastination? I'm curious if it's changed at all. I feel like the camera's not really focusing. Probably the same as 6 or 7. Okay, so then let's ask, what is the biggest trapped emotion? Resistance to healing. What's the biggest trapped emotion we can release now that's causing this resistance to healing with procrastination? Maybe not a 1, 3, 5. Fear. When did this pretend to 987H7? I was getting tingles in head and legs, which is good. I don't know if you know that, but your head is like sometimes where your mind is going. So like if you have a tendency to get if you have a tendency to get distracted a lot, then that is going to help you kind of like free up your mind. And then your legs also represent moving forward. So if you're able to like clear your head and move forward, that is going to help you stop procrastinating, which is, it totally makes sense. So fear, H7, do we need to know more? Had a free session about 5 years ago. Welcome. I remember seeing your username. Did we release that? What's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this procrastination? Come even to 4. Guilt. When did this pretend to 98768 We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this resistance to healing with procrastination? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this pretend to 9876H6? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion? All right, go ahead and take one more really big deep breath. Yay! Okay, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the procrastination? I don't know that you'll feel 100% different right this second, but sometimes if you feel physically different, like you said before, then, you know, again, this might be one of those things where you have to kind of wait a week to actually test out things. So boom, boom, boom. Yay! Feeling a little bit more motivated. How exciting. That's awesome. All right, let's move on to another person. Now that we have Wi-Fi, I can stay a little bit longer. All right, let's get to it. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Let's pick a new person. I feel like I need to sweep my floor. Rebecca Foster. Rebecca Foster. Ooh. Ryan, how the heck are you? I'm so good. How are you? Just living life. Still at work. It's 4 Oh, until 4:30. I don't know what time zone you're in. I think you're in Central. Don't quote me on that, but I think you're in Central. One more week until opening night, and yes, I'm in Central. Okay, that's what I thought. I always get everybody's time zones mixed up because I know people move. So like if you move, I'm like, well, I don't remember now. All right, going once, going twice with Rebecca Foster. Moving on. I'm also preparing for an interview on Friday as well. How exciting! I hope you get it. Is it a job interview that you're going into? Caitlin Johnson. Yes, with Florida State via Zoom. Oh, how exciting. That's really exciting. Like Florida State University? Hello! Oops. Let's do this. So what issue are you wanting to work on, Caitlin? Panic and anxiety. Florida State University. How exciting. Okay, so is 31. Panic, anxiety. On a scale of 1 to 10, sorry. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the panic and anxiety? 1 being like the lowest and then 10 being like the most severe. 1 being the lowest and then 10 being the most severe. Oh my gosh, panic / anxiety. 8. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. Let's have a quick moment of silence and we'll get to it. Okay, can I have this proxy for you? Yes, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this panic and anxiety? 3, confusion. When did this represent to 987 age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release and that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this 10, 20, 30, 6, 5, 4, age 24? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release on that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this occur? 10 to 97, age 7. Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Ooh. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this panic and anxiety? Can I even 2, 4? Hatred. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, age 6? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. So this next one is kind of like, it's an image of like, damned if you do and damned if you don't. Like no matter what you could have done. How do I explain that? Sorry, just give me a second here. There's like some words I'm finding. It's kind of like the whole feeling of like damned if you do, damned if you don't, but also at the same time, like you feel like you can't do it good enough, and you feel like you can't, what's the word? Like you can't make anybody happy regardless of what you do. Yeah, you just can't make anybody happy. We're gonna go ahead. There's no give. Exactly. Let's go ahead and release that. Okay. A belief of I'm not enough. Do I need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, do you have another emotion? Actually, let's replace that belief with I am enough as I am. I like that. Let's go ahead and release that, or install that. I am enough as I am. Whew. All right, do you have another emotion we can release that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. Let's go ahead and release that. Ooh, this one hurts. Okay. So this one, it's kind of like a belief / despair anchor, or like a negative statement that your subconscious perceives to be as truth. So it's like that feeling. So it's like somebody saying like, it's not all about you. Like, the fuck? Are you kidding me? You know, but I hate that. It's like one of the sorry. It's like one of those things where you're just like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, an inch. It's an inch. Oh, an ick. An ick. Yes. Like I can't stand it when people say it's not all about you. Release that. It kind of makes you feel like you're not special, you're not enough, like regardless of what you do, like just there's just nothing that you can do or say to make anybody happy, you know, and that is just so gross. Those are the people you do not want to be around, ever. So let's go ahead and release all of that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release? And that has to do with this. I know, me too. Like, I just want to give you a big fat hug. What's the biggest emotion we can release on that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, age 24? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release on that has to do with this panic and anxiety? Okay, go ahead and stand up, Caitlin. Yeah, stand up. Move your shoulders around. Move your neck around. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Take some really big deep breaths. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that panic and anxiety? I'm kind of curious. Yay! From an 8 to a 5. Oh man, did you resonate with any of it? Or are you like, you're completely off? Because it's okay if I'm off, but how do you enter? Just click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway. Oh yeah, I did. Yes. Perfect. Yay. One thing that I would recommend, just from knowing all of this, just from everything that I've pulled up with your session, it's one thing that I would recommend doing is making sure you're drinking plenty of water and doing some affirmations over the next couple of days. And when I say affirmations, I don't mean like basic surface level stuff. I mean like some deep, I have some affirmations here I like to read. I've read recently where it's like, hold on, let me see. Ooh, this one is a good one for you. So I am in alignment with unconditional love. So it's like, there's such a deeper meaning to that. But if you can like align yourself with affirmations, or I am enough just as I am, deserving of love and respect. I am enough just as I am, deserving of love and respect. Oh, like those type of affirmations, they're super powerful. It is safe for me to be loved. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. 10 out of 10 recommend just deep affirmations that just like hit your core, you know, not just like, I love myself, I am enough, you know. No, I am enough just as I am, deserving of unconditional love. I think that's what I said. I don't remember. I read these all the time, but I always forget. Deserving of love and respect. Yeah. Oh. Anyways. Yay. So let's get to everyone should be allowed to take up space and be valued. Exactly. Exactly. No, that is exactly what I mean. Like finding affirmations that make you feel that you're allowed to take up space and be valued, and you're allowed to exist in this world. You're allowed to just be here, take up space, know that you matter, because you do. Every single person in this world matters. There's a saying, it's a movement that's happening with my sister-in-law. Your life, or oh shoot, what is it called? The world is a better place because you exist. And I full-heartedly agree with that, unless you're like a serial killer. Even then, I'm just like, every person in this world matters. There's a place for every person, and that means something, you know. So anyways, let's do another session. Dun, dun, dun. Hi, how are you? I didn't see your thing until just now. Sky girl, what's up? All right, let's do another session here. Oh, so close. Nicole Parsons. Nicole Parsons. Is that you? Welcome. Okay, what are we doing for you? What issue would you like to work on today? Yes. Yes. Depression. Man, we've had a lot of depression today. Sometimes I feel like the algorithm brings a lot of very similar people in a live, and I feel like today is just like depression, anxiety, procrastination. It's a lot. Not for me. I just feel so bad because I'm sorry you guys are dealing with that. So, all right, let's get to it. Depression. Oh, normally anxiety. 9, that's pretty high. That's pretty high. Okay, quick moment of silence. All right, can I hit this proxy for you? What is the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression? Maybe not 1, 3, 5. Blaming. When did this occur? 10, 9, 8, 7, age 7. Let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this occur? 10, 9, 8, 7, age 7. Let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Right, even 2, 4. Bitterness. When did this occur? 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, age 17. We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Lisa, how the heck are you? What's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this 10, 9, 8, 7, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Ooh. What's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this 10, 9, 8, 7, age 7? Let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4? I know. It's so interesting. I really believe age 7 is such a developmental thing that it's like kids just understand differently, so they just take on different emotions. So I have a couple of other theories, but this one feels like the best. But what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, age 4? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Hi. Are we correct? That was the biggest emotion we can release that has to do with this depression. Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, age 6? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Age 4 was my first open heart surgery. Whoa, that's crazy. Worthless. Let's release that. Okay, what's the biggest? Feeling worthless and unworthy. That's so interesting because those emotions can be... No, that doesn't make sense then. That's interesting. That's really interesting. actually, that would make sense. That would make sense. Let's ask, what's the biggest emotion we can release on that's causing this depression? Can I even do 4? Guilt. When did this occur? Page 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7. Let's go ahead and release that. Ooh. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release on that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this pretend to 9, 8, age 8? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. You know, this actually makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I'm going to be able to verbalize any of this. So when you get surgery, I always say I was born broken. I don't necessarily think you were born broken. I feel like it's like this feeling where with all of the surgeries came like the anesthesia. Is that what you call it? Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Anesthetic. No, anesthesia. Anyways, and sometimes that can make you not feel grounded, and when you're not grounded, it causes a lot of anxiety and depression. And like sometimes it can be such of a like out of body experience that you are legit not grounded. It was a full, okay, that would make sense. It was a full bypass. Wow, that would make sense. That would make some serious sense. My cardiologist says I am always in high anxiety. Yeah. So one of the best things that you can do for the depression and the anxiety is grounding. I feel like you would probably need a little bit of extra grounding. So if you can't go outside all the time and put your feet in the grass or hug a tree, then one thing I would recommend is a grounding mat. They have grounding sheets, 10 out of 10 recommend. They have grounding mats. So I currently have one. It helps me kind of like stay grounded, especially doing a lot of sessions and working with a lot of people and a lot of energies. I'm always doing sessions with my grounding mat because it helps me just feel connected. Not to necessarily you, but just to myself and to the earth. And it prevents me from really going sky high. There's no other way to explain that, but it's at the beach. Yes, definitely recommend. That's a good place to go to just, you know, relax and connect. So anyways, let's keep going. What's the biggest emotion we can release on that's causing this depression? Blaming. When did this pretend to 987 H7? Let's go ahead and release that. Yes, an hour in the sun for sure. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release on that's causing this depression? Okay, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Take some really big deep breaths. It's twerking time. I like that. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Best time. Okay. Take a really big deep breath for me. Big belly breath. So breathe, instead of breathing into your chest, breathe into your pelvic floor. kind of moves your organs and your abdomen around so that you're like shifting and moving things around, energetically speaking. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that depression? We were at a 9. Oh my gosh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing. Shut up. Oh my gosh, we took your depression from a 9 to a 5. Holy, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Yes, 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 yes. So again, anybody that deals with depression, anxiety, one of the best things that you can do is to get either a grounding mat or a grounding sheet, or just go outside. That's free. Go hug a tree. That's free. So, fudgesicles. Listen, after leaving religion, I feel like my swear words have gotten a little bit too much. A lot. So I'm trying to tone it back. But yay! So amazing. Grounding sheets. Yes, I would link them here, but I might get in trouble if I do that because I don't actually physically have them right here. I don't physically have them in my hands. Like, I can't go get them. I do have a brand that I do recommend. They're actually, if you want to get some through the TikTok shop, if you go into my showcase, it'll show some grounding sheets. I don't know. Can you search in my showcase? If you can, go search for grounding sheets in my showcase. There should be some there. They are pretty expensive, but I do recommend that specific brand because they are very reputable. Reputable. That was weird. And I think it might come with a little device to actually show that it's grounded. So there's a lot of research and a lot of stuff out there that talks about it, but for sure, look into it. Or add it to your cart and then wait for it to go on sale, because I know it goes on sale every once in a while. So yes. Let's see. Let's do one more session and then I'm gonna go. Let's see. And then I'm gonna try and get on tonight again if my husband is okay with that. So my baby's awake. All right, one more session and then we'll get going. I have to ask, how's your little... They're so good. They're so good. My littlest, I know, right? Allie, her name is Allison, but we call her Allie. She's so cute. We're like, so cute. Yeah, she's adorable. Sarah Collins. Yeah. It's funny, knowing that she's our last, it's like, not that we treat her differently, but we're just like loving on her as much as possible because she's not going to be little for long. Like, we know how fast time goes. Exactly. Time goes by quick. There's a song. It's called Time Will Fly. Listen to it. It will probably make you cry. I don't know who it's by. Should we listen to it really quick? It's by Sam Tompkins. I love it so much. You're gonna
chance for one die, then you're gonna be depressed, and that's fine. You may even find love a few times, then you're gonna break up, but that's life. You're out weekly, now you're only 16, on a ship street, working on a big dream to make an EP, buy it on a CD, then radio on repeat. You were right, you did everything that you said you'd do. Don't try to give it up, that's what they want you to do. Time will fly, run away from you, and it's alright. It's what you're made to do. You will cry, but that's what's taking you to one whole night where you don't have pain in you. You're gonna meet your hero, you know the guy. Yeah, you're gonna go far, that high. People will sell you dreams enough times, but you'll read the DCs and dotted lines. You know why you're playing those strings in the morning till the late night. Putting in work, 'cause it's all you know. Time will fly, run away from you, and it's alright. It's what you're made to do. You will cry, but that's what's taking you to one whole night where you don't have pain in you. I think it's a shame that you can't talk to your younger self, because a lot of the time when I was younger, I needed someone exactly like me to show up and be there when I needed them. But I'm there for them now. Time will fly. Time will fly. Run away from me. It's alright. It's alright. It's what you're made to do. You will cry. You will cry now. That's what's taking you one whole night where you don't have pain in you.
It's a recent song that my husband actually found, and it's like, oh, especially the first part of the lyrics where he says, tear for sure. You're gonna make some new friends. Oh, you're gonna meet some new friends, but one will die. Then you're gonna be depressed, and that's fine. You may even find love a few times. Then you're gonna break up, and that's life. Hi. I'm just doing one more session, then you can go if you need to. Okay, so sorry. All right, was Sarah Collins here? Let's see. You guys, such a freaking good song. It's called Time Will Fly by what is that called? By Sam Tompkins. Oh, it's so freaking good. I know. Have you guys heard it before? It came out like 10 months ago, I think. I didn't see her pop back up. Beautiful song. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Let's see. Okay, let's move on to the next person then. Beep, 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 beep. Right? I feel like now that spring's here, I feel like so freaking excited to be outside all the time. We just refinished our deck, which it literally took us like a whole week and a half to sand. It was awful, and my hands are still like tingly. Anyways, but it took us forever to sand it, and then we refinished it, like with stain and stuff. It took forever. Forever. Ashley, or Alicia S. Alicia S. Oh, and then I was gonna say, we got like a rug from TikTok Shop. It's like an outdoor rug. Technically it's a camping one, but we put it out there and got some patio furniture so that we could have like a zen area. Because I need a place to go to be outside and to feel comfortable, you know? So, hello, Ashley S. Perfect. Have you had a session with me before? Or is this your first time? Yes. What was the name of that song? Time Will Fly by Sam Tompkins. Time Will Fly by Sam Tompkins. It's such a good song. It's actually, like I said before, I had one before. How long ago was the session? He found it like a few months ago, and it's been like our favorite song to listen to. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. About 3 months ago. Okay, if it's okay, we're gonna move on to another person that hasn't had a session before, if that's okay. Just because I'm trying to get people in here that has not had a session. If you'd like to schedule a session with me, I'm more than, like, that's totally okay with me. Gina Proel. Gina Proel. If you pronounce that completely different, I'm so sorry. Gina Proel. Here, oh, you've already had a session. Gina with a J. Yes, okay, so we are going to move on to somebody else, just so we can give other people a chance to try it out. Sarah Collins, last call. Going once, going twice. I didn't know you couldn't re-enter, sorry. No, that's okay, that's okay. I realize some people have had multiple readings. So, I was fine with it just because when there's not a lot of people, I'm more than happy to do if there's not tons of people. But there is a whole list of people that I know for sure haven't tried it. So, I've been just respectfully, please don't take that to heart. I'm just trying to get, trying to give other people a chance to try it out. So, all right, moving on. Sarah's not here. Michelle Austin. Michelle Austin. Michelle Austin. What are these sessions? I'm kind of new here. We are doing a motion code. It's just an energy healing technique that helps you to identify and literally release negative trapped emotional energies from negative past events. So if, you know, your dad yelled at you and he was super angry or super mad, then sometimes that emotion can get stuck inside of you, causing, you know, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain or discomfort. And so by releasing the emotion itself, a lot of those issues that you deal with on a regular basis, some of those issues can either go away completely or they become a lot more manageable. So do I have a chance to get a code if I had a code done with you a year ago? So if you've had a session with me in the last like couple years, I would probably say no. Yeah, you're welcome. But you are more than welcome to go schedule a session with me. That's also linked in my bio. So I'm just trying to give people who have not had a chance to do sessions. So I'm sorry, I hate saying no. I'm such a people pleaser. I'm such a people pleaser. Michelle Austin, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And oh my gosh, thank you so much for the likes. I didn't realize we were at like 9,000 already. Say what? You guys are so amazing. All right, let's see. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Going once, going twice. Moving on to the next person. Kim Gilson. Kim Gilson. Have you had a session before? Pretty sure you have. Let's see. Okay, moving on. It just came out. My necklace just broke. Looks like it's time for a new one. No. Do you know what that means when your crystal jewelry breaks or you lose it? It means you've moved on in life. No. Did you hear that? Dad. All right. Lisa Del Campo. Lisa Del Campo. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Lisa. Oh my gosh, you guys. So many likes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lisa Del Campo. That's the worst. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A rose and a diny. Is that a dinosaur? That is so cute. Oh my gosh, I love that. Going once, going twice. Moving on. Rebecca Foster. Rebecca Foster. Me to get money so I can book with you. Yes, I would love for you to book. Let's see. I'm going through a terrible breakup. Oh, that's the worst. I'm so sorry. Breakups are so hard. Joyce Whalen. Joyce Whalen. Am I saying that right? Whalen. That's me. Awesome. Let me hurry and grab your username. Sky Girl. Welcome. Okay, let's. I have that song stuck in my head now. Time will fly. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. So let's see. Brianna T. Brianna T is the next person on the list. Maybe I should just go down the list instead of picking at random. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Brianna T. Brianna T. Okay. If she doesn't show up, then I'm gonna have everyone raise their hand if you have not had a session. If you've not had a session, then I'm gonna have you raise your hand. On your mark, get set, go. Raise your hand if you have not had a session. So you do it for weight loss. Yes, I can do it for weight loss. Kayla, Jules. Okay, Kayla, let's do you. If you want to go enter to win, that way I have your age and stuff, then I can do it. Let's see. Crap, I forgot what I was saying. How do I do that? Click on my name. It'll pull up like a half thing here. Just click on my picture. It'll pull up my profile, and then you click on the link in my bio, and then click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway. Live TikTok session giveaway. Boom, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Okay. I need a nap. Whew. One more session. One more session. Have you guys seen any April Fool's tricks? April Fool's Day pranks today? I'm curious because I used to try to do tricks and my family was like, psh, that's stupid. Like I tried putting saran wrap on toilets and that didn't work. I always got caught. So annoying. Not April Fool's. It's the new year. Listen, I know it is. I saw a TikTok today that was like, Happy April Fool or Happy New Year's, and they're like, what are you talking about? It's April. It's not New Year's. I miss them though. Me too. That is so funny that I saw that today and I was like, man, that makes so much sense. They are so fun when you can get somebody really good. Oh, 100%. 100%. So crazy. Jules, if you want to enter as well, we might be able, because I'm not seeing her thing yet. It hasn't shown up yet, Kayla. I'm not really sure why. She took like a 3-hour nap today. That's impressive. Dun, 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 dun. Turquoise Pickle Queen. I love that so much. That username is the best. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I wonder if there's anybody else live. Nope. I can't remember my username. That's okay. Ah, there it is. Okay. Kayla. Let's see. Okay, Kayla, what are we working on for you? 30. Country Casey, hello, welcome. I have to sneeze. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. I'm good. How are you? All right, Kayla, what exactly do you mean? The main thing is I have a lot of panic attacks and anxiety. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Panic/anxiety. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel like the panic and anxiety is in this moment? So like 10 being the worst and then 0 being none at all. 10 being the worst. Okay, so it feels like an 8 in this moment right now. Okay, quick moment of silence and then we'll get to it. All right, can I act as proxy for you? Yes, what is the biggest emotion we can release and that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 5. Conflict. When did this push 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this push 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, H4? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release and that's causing this panic and anxiety? 2, 4, 6. Shame. When did this push 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, H7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this occur? Before the age of 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, age 4. Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Ooh. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release and that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4. Bitterness. You okay? When did this occur? Age 10, 20, 29 to 18, 17, age 17. We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this panic and anxiety? 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this present to 9, 8, 7, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this panic and anxiety? May even to 4. Hatred. When did this pretend to 9, age 9? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2. Lack of control. When did this occur? Age 10 to 9, 8, 7, age 7. Do we need to know more? No. Okay, let's go ahead and ask. Can we release this? Yes. Okay, let's release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2. Taken for granted. When did this 10, 20, 30, age 30? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. So it looks like that one was recent. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this panic and anxiety? All right, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Big deep breath. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that anxiety and panic? Panic. I said that's so weird. Panic. One being the lowest and then 10 being the most severe. Still feel about a 7. Okay, let's ask resistance to healing. What is the biggest trapped emotion we can release and that's causing this resistance to healing to this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shame. Are you putting that up? Okay. When did this 10, 20, age 20? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Whew. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this resistance to healing to this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this pretend to 9, 8, 7, 6, age 6? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this panic and anxiety? Or sorry, causing this resistance to healing with panic and anxiety? 3. Rejection. When did this 10, 20, age 20? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this resistance to healing to this panic and anxiety? Maybe even 2. Helplessness. When did this pretend to 9, 8, 7, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this resistance to healing to this panic and anxiety? 3. Defensiveness. When did this pretend to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, age 5? There needs to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. I hear her. Hello? Hello? Do you hear Mama? She's so cute. What's the biggest emotion we can release on that's causing this resistance to healing, to panic and anxiety? Okay, go ahead and take a really big deep breath. Yay! Okay. I do have to say I feel some shifting there. If you don't feel it, I'm pretty sure you're going to feel it here in the next couple of days. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the panic and anxiety feeling? Is it still like a 8, 7, 8? Or do you feel like it's shifted at all? No, it's lower. A bit. Yay! On a scale, how would you rate it? Maybe like a 6 or 5? Somewhere around there. Because it's so funny. You might be one of those people. Okay, so every single time I do a session for my husband, he's like, yeah, I don't feel anything. 5.5. Yay! So almost every single time I do a session for my husband, he's like, yeah, I don't feel anything. Or it goes from like an 8 to maybe a 6. And then like a day and a half later, he's like, wow, I feel so much better. So you might be one of those people. It takes a minute for it to kind of kick in and to kind of feel a difference, but that's totally okay. So over the next couple of days, again, like I've told everybody else, I'm definitely going to recommend any type of grounding, meditation, making sure you're drinking plenty of water. Because if you're not hydrated, you're going to kind of feel pasty and it's just like not, you know, kind of sluggish, I guess you could say. So you're not going to feel like much of a difference, but if you do hydrate and everything, then it's going to help processing. So yay. Any questions? Do you have any questions for me? So many good sessions, you guys. Yay. Yay. I've been doing 3-mile walks, but I can always try meditation. You should try meditation while you walk. That's totally cool. Totally cool. Can I ask you a weird question? Sure, as long as it's appropriate. I'm an open book. Hi, Natalie. Let's see. That's fine. Go ahead and ask. I am an open book. How many more are you doing today? So that was my last one, but I do plan on getting on tonight if it's okay with my husband, because he's the one that has to watch the kids. So it all depends. Most likely I will be able to get on tonight, but I just gotta go eat and watch the kids while my husband goes to work for a minute. Country Casey, I haven't seen your question yet. If I get the book, could I do it myself or not? Can I do it with... Okay, so you can muscle test with one hand, like one-handed, and it's called the hand solo method. So you have like your finger on top of your other finger, and it's like using it like you would your arm. So it's so dirty. Okay. So it's pretty basic. In the emotion code book, it'll actually teach you all of the basics of what I know how to do. So it'll teach you like how to muscle test. It'll also teach you about the like how to ask. I'm technically not allowed to teach it, but it'll show you like the emotion code chart. It'll show you all of the muscle testing, like all the different ways to muscle test. I also have an entire video on how to muscle test. I only have the use of my left hand. Yeah, you should be able to do it with your left hand. There's a lot of different methods to muscle test. So also you can just do it with your left hand. This is my left, this is my right, but you can do the same thing. When I have like something in my hand, like a kid, and I need to muscle test, I do it with one hand. So may I ask what the emotion code is? So the emotion code is an energy healing technique that helps you to literally release negative trapped emotional energies from your negative past events. So I believe those negative past or those energies can cause physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain or discomfort. And so you're welcome. And so when those emotions become so strong, they can physically manifest into your body, which can be really hard for you, if that makes any sense. So, headaches, back pain, lower back pain, pinky pain, all of that fun stuff. So is it like EMDR? Yes and no. So EMDR, from my understanding, I haven't personally tried it myself, but you actually obviously do the rapid eye movement and stuff, but you don't have to relive anything. So EMDR, you have to actually relive and then consciously or subconsciously rewrite it, rewrite the past or reprocess it. But with emotion code, body code, and belief code, you do not have to relive the emotion. All you have to do is tell me what symptom or issue you're dealing with. So anxiety, depression, headache, back pain, gut issues, knee pain, joint pain, all of the things. Spiritual, emotion, if you're feeling a lot of grief, all of that, then all you have to do is just tell me what the issue is. And then I will muscle test for and on behalf of you, identify the emotions that are the biggest contributing factor to that issue, and then release those emotions. And then typically the physical or emotional difficulties either go away completely or they become a lot more manageable. So I need to set up another appointment sometime soon. Yes. So definitely do that. I would love to work with you. So like I said, EMDR, I feel is more dealing with one issue at a time. But with emotion code, I feel it's releasing, this emotion from this age, releasing this emotion from this age, releasing this emotion from this age, but it's all contributing to that issue, that symptom that you're having now. Does that make sense? I know a heart wall panic attack. I suffer from back pain, depression, and headaches. I don't have the money for sessions. So if I'm being completely honest with you, so obviously the first session is $39, and that's just the introductory session. You'll get it's basically we do a mini session for you, and then obviously I'll go over prices and packages based on your needs. I just ask you a few questions, kind of get to know you a little bit, mini session, and then go over prices and packages, and just that's all in 30 minutes. And then I do have prices and packages beyond that point, but if you can't afford sessions, there's two things that you can do. So if you read the book, learn how to do it yourself, teach yourself how to do it, that is probably one of the cheapest way. I think you can get this at like your local library. From my understanding, most libraries have it. And then if you need to do sessions with me specifically, then I do have a referral program where if you send me 5 people to do the introductory session, then you get 6 sessions done for free. So, and then my back office, like my system, kind of keeps track of that. So if you're like, hey, how many people do I have? Then I can go in and check it. It's not like automated, so I won't be able to tell you unless you ask. Sometimes I go look, but I don't always. But, so yeah. We can release the heart wall. We can help with panic attacks. So releasing the heart will actually is like one of the biggest contributing factors to anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and some issues with like major health issues, if that makes any sense. So, and then one thing I do have to say when it comes to like a money mindset is one thing that I've had to do in the past when I'm like, I really need this. Like I personally could not afford sessions when I first got it done. But the guy was like, you know, if you went from, I can't afford a session, or I can't afford this, then you're literally turning off your brain to figure out ways to afford it, to figure it out. So if you ask yourself, how can I afford it? Then it will help you kind of like come up with a, not a special way, but like you'll come up with like a creative way to actually afford the sessions. So, but anyways, so do you guys have any more questions? Thank you so much for being here. I absolutely love doing sessions for you. Another thing is I do get on here often, not as often as I used to, but maybe once a week. Come back and enter to win, and then I might be able to do a session for you then. So, and Jules, you will be next. If you're on my live next, you'll be up next. Just remind me, and we can do that for you, okay? So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you tonight. Bye.